Hey y'all, welcome to another video. Have you guys ever been in a season where nothing makes sense? Everything is going wrong. Everything that you're doing isn't working. God is telling you to go, leave, and do something. And because to your natural mind, that doesn't make sense to you, you stall and you don't go. Well, let me just say, when God tells you to do something, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense, but you're going to have to be obedient and do it anyway, especially if he keeps putting it on your spirit to do something. Do it. You do not need to know all of the steps of how to do it. You do not need to know the end result. You do not need another confirmation. Go and do it anyway, because you do not know. You don't want God to start snatching everything away from you in order for you to start walking. Walk when he tells you to walk, go when he tells you to go, and he will lead you throughout your process. God does not reveal everything to us. He'll tell you what to do, but he's not going to give you the full revelation of how to do it, what's going to happen, the outcome. He's not going to do any of that. And he knows if he would give you the full revelation and all of the instructions, he knows that if he was to give it to you and show it to you, you're not going to do it, because you're going to think, oh, this is too much. This is too hard. Like, you're not going to want to cut off this group of friends or you're not going to want to sacrifice what he needs you to sacrifice to get to your destination, because it's too big of a sacrifice. It's uncomfortable. The journey is too long. The journey is too hard. So you have to walk into the unknown. That's how you build trust with God. When you just go anyway and you do what he's telling you to do and you listen to his instructions, that's how you build your trust with God. And once he knows that he can trust you, he will then give you more. Okay? So you're going to have to get used to walking into the unknown territories, because that's where your breakthrough is. That's where your blessings is. That's how you're going to break them generational curses that you keep talking about. You need those off your bloodline. Yeah, well, you're going to have to take the hard way, because nobody else in your family or in your bloodline has done it. So God is calling you to do it, because you're the one called for the job. You're the one qualified for it, and you're the chosen one. So no, it's not going to make sense. No, you're not going to like it. Yes, you're going to be uncomfortable, but you're going to have to trust in him with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding, okay? God's ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. So even if it doesn't make sense to your natural mind, you just have to understand that God's ways and the way he thinks and the way he moves surpasses all logic. So you can sit up there and be in your head and be like, logically, this just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't have to. Because that's why God is who he is. Because when he tells you to go and he tells you to do something, it doesn't have to make sense. He's a God of miracles. So you can't predict God's next moves. That's why he is who he is. That's why he is the I am. He's the one that created the dry land, the waters, the earth, you. He knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. So why wouldn't you trust him? Like, he knows every little hair on your head, and he would not set you up for failure or lead you into destruction and chaos. He's not a God of confusion. He's not going to do that. And he's not going to set you up for failure. So you're going to have to trust in him and stop trying to do things in your way and for it to add up in your head for you to move. Move anyway, and do not be delayed. Do not be disobedient, because then when you be disobedient, you get yourself in a hole. And once you're in that hole, you get mad at God and you blame God, like God is the reason and God is the cause. And then he's just like, no, I told you to move when I told you to move, and you didn't. You didn't. And when you begin to walk in those unknown territories, God will start revealing certain things to you. And he'll give you instruction, then he'll give you guidance, then he'll give you revelation to help you throughout your journey. And he will send help. He will not let you go on your journey alone if he knows that you need help. Just like Noah in the ark. I'm pretty sure everybody was looking at him like he was crazy. Like, what is he doing? Like, why is he building that? Everybody just thought he was crazy. But no, to everybody else, it didn't make sense. But to Noah, it made perfect sense. Perfect sense. And another thing, when you go on to tell people, don't be telling everybody what God is telling you to do, because they're going to come up against what he's telling you to do. The wrong people, you tell the wrong people, yeah, they're going to come up against what God told you to do. Because in their natural mind, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. A lot of people can believe in God, but not be walking in his word, not be following his instructions. So you can't be just telling everybody everything, because God gave you the vision. He didn't give it to them. They can mess up whatever you have going on or what God is instructing you to do. Be obedient. Do what he's telling you to do. Go anyway. It's not going to make sense, and it doesn't matter, because it doesn't have to make sense to you. God just wants you to trust him, and that's where faith comes in. Faith comes by hearing. And if he told you to do it, and you're receiving confirmation from this video or from other people, because he will send people to speak to you as well, and you've been given instruction to move, and you just don't want to move your feet because you're scared, you're going to have to stop that. You're going to have to come up out of it, and you're going to have to go anyway. And hurry up, because you don't know what's coming. Just like that storm came and wiped everybody out, but Noah was on time, and him and his family were saved. You don't want that to be you getting swiped up, wiped up, and cleaned out because you didn't move your feet and you didn't go. So go, because it's for your protection, and it's a blessing at the end of that tunnel. A beautiful little rainbow. And that's all that I have for today's video, you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video as well. And I will see you guys on my next video.